Okay, hello everybody. This message is for potential retirees, those who plan to retire soon overseas. You know, we humans are funny creatures sometimes, or many times. We like to paint everything in bright colors, green color, and those of us, the smart ones, who ask questions and they say, just a minute, what about this, what about that? We consider them as negative. Why you look at the world in such a way? And these phenomena lead to a lot of suffering. Now, I have a theory. The more the more happy people out there, the better for everybody. Because happy people make your life more pleasant. They spend more money. They buy from you. Happy people are always better. So the reason for me to sit here and talk to potential retirees overseas is because of this reason. That you're not going to make a mistake, and by not making a mistake, you're going to be a happy person and make other people happy around you. Okay, I talk too much about this, but I see on YouTube the 10 best countries to retire, the 10 best countries to buy tomatoes, the 10 best countries to live comfortably, the 10 best countries to wake up in the morning with a smile on your face. I don't know what is the motivation of those people to show you how beautiful the world is, and then when you believe them and you face reality, you become really upset. So let's talk about retirement. Who am I to tell you what to do? Well, I'm a retiree overseas, okay? And I tried few countries. I'm not going to mention any name. But the number one question that any retiree should ask, or potential retiree should ask, number one question, before you listen to all this nonsense, how cheap the tomatoes in Grenada, and how cheap the cucumber in China, and how this and how that, the first question you should ask yourself, is that country that I'm planning to retire there has a retiree visa? Duh! That's the number one question. Why is that? Because if a country, from some reason, do not think that retirees that coming to that country is so important like we think, most Americans, Canadians, European, we think that the third world out there is just waiting for us to come and they're going to say thank you. It doesn't work like that. This is not the case. There are countries, few countries, that they like you as a tourist. When you go there and spend money, they love you. But as a retiree, they don't like you to be there as a retiree. And the number one fact for me talking about it is that they don't have a retiree visa. They do not have a program for retirees. So who are we to decide that they are waiting for us and they're going to kiss our feet? It doesn't work like that. And the surprise is very, very sad in a way. So many people that they rely on the 10 best countries on YouTube for this, and that, and they go there and suddenly they find themselves in a situation, for example, you cannot buy a car, you cannot buy a motorbike, you cannot buy a house, you cannot buy land, you cannot buy things. Okay, I understand that many countries do not let you buy land and a house. They let you buy condominiums, I understand that. But as a retiree, if I retire in your country, I'm not allowed to buy a motorbike or motorcycle. or a car? I cannot do that? Only bicycle? What the hell is this? So now, those who go there because how cheap the tomatoes are, they are in complete shock. And oh, I didn't know that. Of course you didn't know that. So number one thing you should do as a potential retiree is go on the internet to every embassy in your country. Let's say you want to retire in Ecuador, you want to retire in Panama, you want to retire in Belize, whatever, and check one thing. Do they have a retiree visa? If they do not have a retiree visa, my advice to you, do not go there. Why? What about visa run? You hear about this term. So retirees that ignore all this idea about retiree visa, they found themselves that they live on a tourist visa, and every few months, depend on the country, they run out. It's called visa run. They need to go out of the country and come back. What about if from some reason on the way back they don't want you to come back? Let's say they think that you look like somebody that is a criminal, or your name is almost similar to somebody that they're looking for, and now you cannot go back, and all your possession is in your room in some motel, or I don't know, or some apartment you rented. What the hell do you do then? So as a retiree, as far as I'm concerned, maybe some retirees, they like the excitement to live that way. But what I believe is when we retired, we need to live, you're looking for a place that you can enjoy, that life is easy, somewhat, cheaper than the country you came from, so you can survive on a small pension you have or you don't have, never mind now. But there is a reason why people go outside America or outside Canada, because those countries become very, very expensive for a retiree. When you stop working, you cannot stop working, most of us. So I found people working in a supermarket, put things in bags, and they say, oh, because I'm bored, I do that. Nonsense. They need extra cash to survive. So let's face it. I'm saying like that. The difference between a positive person and a negative person, which they call it, the negative person has more knowledge. Simple as that. The positive see everything so beautiful, and when the shit hit the fan, they cry like babies. Oh, I didn't know that. Of course you didn't know that. So the number one, again and again, I'm saying it again, and I'm surprised that I talked to so many that they didn't even consider that. They didn't even think about it. A retiree program. The moment a country have a retiree program for retirees, which you can see it as a retiree visa, you know that in that country, they put retirees here and not here. They value retirees, and you have more benefits because they understand that you bring some money, you bring friends, and maybe you're going to buy a house, and maybe you're going to spend money in the supermarket, and whatever. It doesn't matter. They value retirees. Those countries who do not value retirees do not have retiree visa. Simple as that. Point number two, which will surprise few of you. There is a trend now of retirees, somewhat adventurous, that they like to go to remote places, that these are like small countries, I should say, in the world. Now, so I'm sure for them this idea of retiree, not retiree visa is not so much of an issue. But there is a situation now where China is taking over many small countries by money. They bribe the head of that country, or people below him. They buy port, or they lease the port for 75 years, 99 years, with the idea that they want to help everybody, to help everybody. Nonsense. They go into that country and they take over some, major locations like port, like airports, trains, whatever, and they say, oh, in the future we want to do business with you and you're going to benefit from it. The bottom line is that the moment China is going into that country and they're going to become stronger and stronger, you, the retiree that already maybe married a local, maybe invested in some things, you will find yourself that the law changed 180 degrees against you. So make sure, and this is not so easy, but look around and follow on the internet what China is doing and where China already stepped in and took over ports, airports, whatever, and look around those countries if you should go around those countries or not, because there's a good chance that it's going to happen to the next country nearby. And you as a retiree, that you don't want to find yourself running around all over the place, and it's cost a lot of money. We know that. Anytime you change a location, it's involved a lot of money. We know that. I'm not going into details. It's pretty clear. So this is the advice for retirees. Do not be fooled by the 10 best countries and how cheap the tomatoes are and the cucumbers are or the red pepper are, okay? I hope I made my point. I hope it's not too long and it's going to help you a lot. Good luck anywhere you go. Bye-bye.